Carlos, my name is Kristen and I'm a physical therapist. From the history you've given me, you're an avid runner and you completed a 12K run and report pain right here on the ball of your foot. That's a pretty common place for runners to get injuries. The first thing that's important after a long run like that, and I don't know, you had mentioned whether it's your shoes, that you've tried good running shoes. The most important thing to find out of a running shoe is that your foot is supported and that your foot is supported in neutral. That's something difficult for me to really assess through video, but the fact you were running for so long pain-free makes me not too concerned that it's your shoe. It could have been just the surface you were running and the distance you were running that irritated your foot at this point in time. So the first thing I would recommend is ice. You want to ice for 10 to 15 minutes, 2 or 3 times a day. And I would surround both the top and the bottom of the forefoot with an ice pack for 10 to 15 minutes. 2 to 3 times a day, at least an hour in between icing sessions. That's going to help really reduce the inflammation in your foot. The next thing is just a gentle massage, and you can massage yourself. I would go up towards the toes and kind of separate your forefoot, spreading the bones in this direction. This might help you a little bit. There we go. So you're massaging in this direction. You can massage, which heats up the area, and then followed by a cold pack. That will help really reduce the inflammation through there. The other thing that will help reduce the stress of this area is called a metatarsal pad. You can find them, just look up metatarsal pad on the internet, and there's a variety of vendors and they're reasonably priced. And what that is a pad that you place right here on your forefoot, and it takes the bones and separates them slightly. Because what happens is there's nerves in between those bones, and that's what becomes really irritated and inflamed. A potential problem that happens with pain through here is a neuroma. I don't suspect that because of the onset being long into a run, and it's something that's more of an acute problem, but it is something to be aware of. And usually the metatarsal pad helps relieve that, and it's most common here between the 3rd and 4th digits. So that's something to consider, but I don't think that's your problem. One way to rule it out is if you squeeze your forefoot, squeezing the bones together here, if that reproduces the pain, that often is an indicator that there is a neuroma, which is a nerve bundle that just becomes really inflamed. Often with neuromas, the metatarsal pad is a conservative treatment, as well as the ice and opening up the forefoot. In very severe cases, people become a surgical candidate, but I don't suspect that because of the acute onset of your symptoms. I hope that answers your questions, Carlos. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me. Be well.